that's it for the SITREP for the day of 570 for the 16th of September. So just to conclude, the Ukrainian forces are continuing to put their effort mainly at VERBOVE. So they continue to put their effort over here. Over at the Robotine region, the aim is just to hold position. There is at least this location here to show that the Ukrainian forces indeed have taken some buffer zone on the western part of Robotine. As I mentioned before, the Ukrainians have to have this buffer zone around Robotine to secure Robotine. So with this geolocation, we can confirm that maybe these entire two trench lines are now effectively under Ukrainian control. The Ukrainians are still fighting around the area of Robotine. They seem to not be able to get out of it just yet. The front line have not really changed. There is no fighting near NOVOMAIORSKE. No one reports that. Basically, it's just this geolocation that shows the Ukrainian forces managed to go from this line to the next line. And with this next line, they are basically on the outskirts of VERBOVE, with the Russian forces basically holding the village itself. The next jump for the Ukrainians will be into VERBOVE itself. So so this is very interesting. So the other front lines, there is some fighting around this area here. The Ukrainian forces continue to attack Priodne, and there's a possibility that this attack is actually an entire front-wide attack from Priodne all the way to NOVOMAIORSKE. So this is claimed by Ryba, the pro-Russian source. Ukrainian Defense Ministry say that it's a Russian attack, might be a projection, that is actually a Ukrainian attack. So we shall see whether this can be corroborated. But Ryba has been quite consistently saying that it's a Ukrainian attack across the entire front. The Ukrainians fighting over on the eastern part of Velika Novosilka sector basically only remains with NOVOMAIORSKE. They continue to struggle to seem to try to hold it, create this foothold here. We shall see how this goes. That is a weekend. We don't have a lot of reports per se. And ANDRIIVKA region, nothing much to shout about. Over at the Bakhmut front, main thing is the Ukrainian forces is now confirmed with geolocation of Ukrainian forces within ANDRIIVKA. Despite ANDRIIVKA is pretty much a flattened town, there's nothing much really to talk about. As I mentioned earlier in the SITREP, Miroshnikov claimed that the Russian forces have basically withdrawn to this tree line around here, 1 kilometer away from ANDRIIVKA. So which also means that the Ukrainian forces might actually hold positions around the forest region, and this will be where they will continue their attack and spread out and try to break the next line of defense. So ANDRIIVKA is captured, but it's basically a flattened town. There's really nothing much there to talk about. Basically, geolocation of Russian forces shows that they indeed are still within KLISHCHIIVKA. Ukrainian forces probably most likely is still holding most of it. We shall continue to see whether the Ukrainians will be able to push out and capture the rest of the town and claim another famous victory over the Russian forces. And otherwise, there's nothing much else to shout about. Some weird reports of fighting at Yakovlivka. We cannot confirm this by Miroshnikov, and Ukrainian forces continue their Crimea offensive. And of course, there's also these reports from the Russian Defense Ministry of Ukrainian attack over the Kupyansk front, at KLISHCHIIVKA and Vyshana. Might be a beginning of a major counteroffensive to recapture the ground that they have lost. But we shall see, because the Russian lines are pretty much still here right now. So thank you for watching. Do press the like button, subscribe. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you in the next update.